Be with y'all 1 minute. Howdy, how you guys doing today? Making my runs. Making my runs. Interesting. Testing 1, 2, 3. Take my last coffee. Put you right here. Uh, two, two. I'm always having fun. It's 8:01. Let's start this. Let's kick the ball off. Feel me? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world of chaos. Welcome to Sin's Inferno. Wordplay on pretty much the old Dante's Inferno, but we're in gaming hell, and you're welcome. I'm not gonna say whose fault it is, but I'm just gonna say that we're here now, and we must deal with it. Hopefully y'all having a good day. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm having a blast, pissing off people, listening to people be pissed at me. You know how it is. It is what it is. If this is your first time turning in, hi, my name is Shell, but you can call me Sin Killer, Sin for short, because I'm a gamer. I love gaming, and that's what we're gonna do. This podcast is solely geared about talking about video games as far as news, topics, trends, anything that deals with games. But I do have a segment where I talk about non-game related stuff, and as far as news and what's going on in pop culture or current events, we call that I Touch Grass. It's called I Touch Grass segment. We have a lot to talk about today, but first, we're gonna talk about what I've been playing. I always start off each podcast, with what I've been playing, what I played. So far, I played the Daily Four, which is Apex, Marvel Rivals, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Street Fighter 6. But with that being said, we start off with Apex. I've been playing casually. I'm waiting for season 25 to start, which starts in 28 days now. In 28 days, I'm waiting for the updates. My current rank is platinum on console. I think in season 25, I'm going to play strictly on the PC, and hopefully I can get the masters on the PC. I've got to high diamond, low masters on the console. It was fun, but I want to play against the best, so I'm going to try consoles and strictly PC because they switch servers and they got rid of the riffraff as far as the hacks and the cheaters because they switched from GCE, which is Global Computing Engine, to over to AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. It's supposed to have a stricter security system, so I'm gonna try to play on PC for season 25 in 29 days. Also, I've been playing No Man's Sky. I love No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky should get the award of comeback game of the decade. When that game first came out, it was trash. I sold my copy back to GameStop. Then they announced they was coming up with a rework. I went to GameStop, picked it up for $16. They brought out the rework, and then I went back to GameStop. The game went back up into full price at $40. That was crazy. But they have expeditions every 3 months, and I was playing the current expedition. It was called Relics, and I noticed I ran into some assholes. I've been playing this game since 2016, 2014. And this is the first time, well, not the first time, this is like the second time I ran into an asshole, but the second and third time I ran into an asshole. I was gathering, and when you do, this is the type of game, this is break break game away from games. Like, I play competitive games, and sometimes I want to just chill and relax. So I play No Man's Sky, or I play NBA 2K. You know what I'm saying? And this is not the type of game where it's sweaty. Well, I ran across this one guy, and as a community, you help each other out. It's the least non-toxic video game I've played, but I ran into some toxic individuals. Like this one guy, it's relics, so you got to dig up like ancient bones or whatever. So I was digging up ancient bones, and he kept, you know, getting rid of the dirt from underneath my feet and making me fall and could take fall damage. So I got pissed. So I went and found his starship, and I was about to create a base around his starship, and I was about to block his starship in, and he quit. And I was like, okay. And then 2 days after that, I went to this one base. Hello Games has like an option where you can go to like our hub where everybody can meet up, and then they have like highlight. You can go to a portal and you can like go to the top 3 best bases. It's featured bases. So I haven't been to this one base in a while. I was trying to, because it was in the water, and I needed to get something out of, go fishing, and it was on the water planet. So I was like, let me go to this base. Went to the base, and then all of a sudden I saw this guy. He invited me to join his team. I don't know. I don't enjoy random people. The next thing you know, I died. I was like, what was that about? So then I went back, came back, and I died again. And this time I saw him. He was shooting at me. And I was like, wait, is this dude doing PvP? There's no PvP in No Man's Sky. So then I turned the option off because, the default option is to have PvP on, but nobody PvPs in No Man's Sky. So then I researched his gamer tag. He was on the PC. And I hit him up on Discord. I was like, hey, yo, you want a PvP? Come see me in Apex. You know what I'm saying? Come see me in Warzone. I'll download that real quick. I'm not that good in Warzone, but I know I'll beat your ass in this game. You want a PvP so bad? He has yet to reply back to me. But the fact that somebody's PvPing in No Man's Sky is just atrocious. Nobody PvPs in No Man's Sky. Half y'all don't even know there's a PvP option in No Man's Sky. And plus, another thing that pissed me off about No Man's Sky, I don't know Hello Games. This is the first for me. You normally can switch from on your main save. You can switch over to an expedition, and you start off like scratch, but to be in your main save. It corrupted my main save. Luckily, I don't have my cloud attached or auto synced up with my my console, so I was able to get back my main save. So I had to start over fresh. Now, since I started over fresh, my character is not strong enough, so that's why the guy got to jump on me and and he killed me. But if it was my main character on the expedition, I would have destroyed that dude. But it is what it is. That's my adventure for No Man's Sky for this past weekend. Next game I played, I didn't play Marvel Rivals. Waiting for the 12th or the 11th so I can try out Emma Frost. She looks amazing. She looks phenomenal. So I haven't played that. I did play Monster Hunter Wilds. Last night I was able to beat Zoshia. Zoshia the first time. In-game content, I was able to beat Zoshia. Not the story mode Zoshia, the hard in-game version. And people getting carted but from that monster. You wanted a harder monster, you got harder monsters. You got the super tempered Ray Duel. I'm gonna fight him next. But and then you got Josiah, and Josiah has been carting people, and people complaining, this monster's so hard, this monster's so hard. Well, that's what y'all wanted, right? A lot of people's complaining how the monsters was easy. I told people, I was like, this is just the tutorial. Once you beat the game and you play some of these monsters, these are just tutorial. Wait till the harder monsters come. It's gonna be harder. Don't worry, you're gonna be crying. And of course, now people are crying. Oh my God, Josiah, I'm tired of people coming into my game and getting carted. They don't know to follow the rules and this and that. I'm like, well, welcome to Monster Hunter. Welcome to real Monster Hunter. Okay, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till the super harder monsters, the G monsters come. Then you're really gonna be crying. Then you're gonna be really wishing people don't join up on your hunts. So you're welcome. This is what you wanted. You cry, and they delivered. This is what y'all wanted. I don't see what's the main problem here. I mean, this is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted harder monsters. You wanted difficult monsters, and Capcom was like, "Say less, fam. We coming." And they did. And wait till Ligarius come out. I never went against Ligarius. Ligarius, like I said, Monster Hunter World was my very first Monster Hunter game experience. But he was in Monster Hunter 3. and a lot of people said he's a fan favorite, and he was hard and difficult. So wait till he come, and wait till people won't be crying in. So it's all in all, it's good. I don't mind. I don't mind. What else did I play? Street Fighter Six. I touched it for the first time in a couple of days, yesterday and the day before yesterday, after not touching it for 2 months. But don't worry, we're going to talk about Street Fighter. We're going to talk about the fighting game, the fighting games, and the fighting game community in a minute, because I got a lot of stuff to say. Because people want to come on my videos and dislike what I said about SNK. Trust me, that's the main topic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna discuss that real soon. But I played Street Fighter 6 a little bit just to get the feel, the vibe back. Any day now, Elena is going to be announced. Any day now, season 3 is going to be announced. But we're going to discuss that in the main topic section. We're going to dwell in that in a few minutes. But that's all I've been playing. Yeah, that's all the games I've been playing. What I've been watching. Well, I haven't been watching nothing. Normally, I watch anime. I don't watch TV. Normally, what I do is I watch YouTube and Crunchyroll, or watch anime. And all the animes is over with for the month. They on break. They on hiatus now. I mean, Solo Leveling is on hiatus. Um, Shangri-La Frontier is on hiatus. Even when it just got to the point where it's getting even more interesting. He's in the fighting game tournament on Shangri-La Frontier. I didn't see a new episode this week. A lot of animes I watch is on hiatus or on break. So I did started watching Samato Days on Netflix. Kind of interesting. I finished Devil May Cry anime on Netflix. I will just say this: there are going to be a lot of people cosplaying the White Rabbit. I'm talking about at DreamCon, at your local con, at BlurredCon, any con. You're going to see a lot of White Rabbit cosplays. I don't blame them. Shit, I'm thinking about dressing up as White Rabbit for Halloween, so it's going to be interesting. I like the character. I would like to see him in a Devil May Cry game. I really liked the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit was awesome. He was a good character. He was a good antagonist. That's about it. Oh, sports. I only follow the Detroit sports. The Pistons is doing well. I'm mad that they went from 4th seed in the playoffs down to 6th seed. But I mean, I would rather have them go against the 3rd seed, which is the New York Knicks, versus going against the Indiana Pacers or the Milwaukee Bucks. But it is what it is. That's about it. Okay, so let's go into the segment. What's this guy's name? Hold on. Let me see this guy's name. What's this guy's name? Since he called me out. Hold on. What's this guy's name? Dan Ra. Yeah, Dan Ra. Are you in here? As I thought, you wasn't. When you put on my post, dude, go outside and touch some grass. Yeah, so this is the segment. I touch grass, so I'm calling you out. I invited you to come to my podcast later on today, and I see that you're not here. So this is the point where you told me to touch grass. This is the point that we was going to talk about. Well, in this segment, it's called I Touch Grass. This is the segment where I talk about nothing that's game related, video game related. I talk about what's going on in the world and the community as we know and today. First thing and foremost, I want to talk about these tariffs. Actually, let's talk about you guys. How you guys doing out there? Y'all guys holding up? How's your mental health? You all right? You good? You sure? Because I know it's getting hectic out there. It's getting really real. So buckle up. It's about to get even realer, especially after the 20th. These tariffs, I mean, Trump pretty much put a tariff on China at 104%. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't even touched Canada. That's the one I'm really scared. I'm really scared if he goes forward with the tariff on Canada, because if he do, Canada can just turn off the power, and then all of the north Midwest can go out of power. Those states can go boo, 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 like that. So that's kind of scary. Mexico, yeah, but it's ridiculous out here. I'm gonna keep saying it. Groceries are expensive. Like, I just came from the grocery store. I had 10 items. I went to like 3 days ago. I went to the grocery store. I went to Kroger's. If you don't know what Kroger's is a nationwide chain. I bought some dish detergent, two packs of bacon, a gallon of milk, a carton of eggs, 12 eggs, a dozen, and I bought two other things. And my bill was $70. Normally, even a year ago, that bill would be like not even 30. I just came from HEB earlier today. We bought 10 things. Me and my wife, we bought 10 things. She bought some prepackaged coconut shrimp. Um, I bought like some Japanese goza, which are pot stickers, dumplings. Seedless mini cucumbers, uh, sweet peppers, and that shit was $70. We was in the 10 items or less aisle. I mean, what I'm saying, and half that stuff on any given day won't even be $20-$25. But since inflation, $70, like Jesus Christ. We used to complain about gas. Now we can comparing about food prices. Food prices are astronomical. So speaking of tariffs, we're gonna get to the Nintendo. We're gonna get to the Nintendo Switch 2 business. Trust me, we're gonna talk about that. That's the main topic. But tariffs is out of control. Well, tariffs hasn't even started yet, and already we feeling the repercussions of this tariff war. And I'm telling y'all, that's why I'm asking you at the front end of this segment. Are you good? Because it's about to get rough. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have batteries. Make sure you have stuff to protect your family. I'm not going to get into more detail, but make sure you have all that because people out here are about to lose their mind. What you saw on the 5th was a light, non aggressive protest. With every passing day, them protesters are going to get more aggressive and more aggressive, and you're going to see some stuff that you thought you would never see in your lifetime. So with that being said, just be careful, be safe, and protect your family. That's all I'm going to say on that note. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is what happened down here. I'm just going to address it lightly as far as the incident between two students in Frisco, Texas, between Carmelo Anthony and Tyler. I forgot his last name, and how Carmelo stabbed the other student. Carmelo, of course, is black, and the other student is white. And of course, it caused a racial tiff down here, and it's nationwide now. And people all who ain't even down here in this state got opinions and everything. I'm just gonna say this is just that if you bully someone, don't get mad when the bully or bullied retaliate. That's all I'm gonna say. My heart goes out to both families. And it's just a mess. Both lives. One is snuffed out. The other one is in jail, and they're like 2 weeks away from 1 week away from prom. Because my son, his prom is Saturday. My son's prom is this Saturday. Frisco's prom is like either was last Saturday or the next Saturday. And these two kids is not going. That prom is going to be very somber. And then graduation is in May. Both, my city and then Frisco cities, their graduations in May, not on the same week, but different weeks. And then senior skip day or senior day. And these kids just, over a disagreement, over altercation, just changed their lives. And they probably weren't even gonna see each other anymore. And it's the funny thing is, they from different schools. I get that, but they weren't even gonna see each other. It was gonna be dust in the wind, and they just a little altercation changed their lives just that quick. And that's why I talk to young gentlemen and even young ladies. Like, listen, man, everybody not gonna like you. Everybody don't give a damn about you. So what? It's not your business to know what people talk about you. It's not even your business to concern yourself with how they feel about you. Keep moving, keep growing in life. It's not your place. It's not your place to concern yourself with what somebody says about you. Period. People are always going to talk about you. People are always going to hate you. People are always not going to like you. It's not your business to know that. Your business is your business. There always gonna be somebody that hates you. There's always gonna be somebody that hates you. I learned that in high school. In high school, I was a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I was a nerd. I was an ugly nerd. I got along with everybody. But so for some strange reason, everybody, people hated me in high school just because I got along with everybody. I was in lunchroom. I was in the lunchroom at the rappers table. Then I switch over to the jocks table because I played ball. I played basketball. I was on the basketball team. Then I go to the D&D table, talk about D&D and Thaco and all that stuff and create my character. You know what I'm saying? Then I go to the anime table, talk about Yusi Yasura and Saint Seiya. And then I go over here to the other table with the pretty girls and try to get on. But, ew, you ugly, get away from me. All that. Then I go over here. And, guys was like, who is he? Like, he knows everybody. Who is? And they would hate on me. Not only hate, they would dislike me because I was cool with everybody. In high school, you had that one dude or that one chick that was cool with everybody, that had no problems with nobody. But you always had somebody that hated them for that. But it's not your business. It's not your business to understand why people hate you. It isn't. I tell that to my three boys, my three sons. And my sons, especially my youngest one, they be like, yeah, why did it? It's not your business. So what? But it ain't got to be like that. It's a new generation. No, it will always be over. The game is the game. No, you don't try to change the game. The game is the game. It's not your business. They don't like you. They don't like you. Check. Keep it moving. I was gonna talk about the situation that happened in. I thought it happened in Rhode Island, but I don't have that much information. It happened in Maryland, and it was serious. Only thing I can know, I'm still getting information for it. Basically, somebody got deported with ICE that was wrongly accused or wrongly deported, and the civil officers for the state was trying to stop the federal officers from taking the gentleman, and then the government got into it with the president, and the president said, look, you gonna abide by my rules or this and that. And yeah, it's all bad. It could have went south real quick. I'm not gonna say it would cause a civil war, but it could have got violent real quick. It was bad, and the reason why you don't even know about it is because it's not on local news, it's not on national news, but it happened like 4 or 5 days ago. But it was a tense situation. I'm talking about guns and everything. It was like regular officers going against federal agents. Like it was like a standoff. So a lot of people don't know about it, but it happened, and they pushing it under the rug. But it did happen. Like it was going to go down. So, and you're gonna see a lot more of that popping up all over this country, because people are tense, people are upset, people are scared, and people are just tired, just tired of the bull. So it is what it is. And that is my I touch grass segment. Okay. Right. We can go on and talk about let me see, what should we talk about? The main topic. But here's the thing. I broke the main topic in two topics. Name of the podcast is Sins Inferno. I call it Sins Inferno because it's a play of words on Dante's Inferno, especially Gamer Hell. As you can see behind me, I broke down the inverted pyramid. As you can see, gamers are at the last level of hell. Then it's content creators, then it's developers, and then it's Suits. Suits is basically the corporation, and Suits is ruining the game industry. At first it was just the Western developers. Now it's the Eastern developers because Nintendo. Congratulations, everybody! We are now paying $80 for AAA titles thanks to Nintendo. And this is a plan that they've been trying to get to for years. For years, Nintendo has been trying to get games to be at $80 to $100. Everybody was talking about, even me, people was talking about, well, everybody is not moving because of Rockstar, and Rockstar is going to be the first company to sell their games at $100, $80 to $100 with GTA 6. And Nintendo was like, hold my beer, or hold my milk. And they came out with they let you know that the Switch 2 is coming out, and the Switch 2 is going to be $499. I have no problems with that. But all the digital games is going to be $80, and the physical copies is going to be $90. And everybody like, what? And everybody shocked and appalled and taken aback that Nintendo would make a stand like this. And I'm saying this is why the maxim or the wives' tale, if you don't know the history, you're doomed to repeat it. A lot of you were either not born or don't remember what Nintendo was trying to do back in the days in the early 90s. Y'all must have forgot, but I never forgot. Nintendo has always been that evil corporation, dog. I'm telling you, they have always been like this. It's just like y'all didn't know, and y'all thought they was just a silly, lackadaisical company or corporation. No, they were sitting back biding their time. They was waiting for everybody to mess up and mow over so they can come over and take over. Like, case in point, let's go on a history lesson right quick. In 93, 94, I remember running or going, walking a miles, because I used to live on 6 Mile in Hoover, and I walked all the way up to 8 Mile in Hoover to the Bel Air Shopping Center in Detroit, Michigan, to go to Toys R Us to purchase Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition Super Nintendo cartridge. I didn't even have a Super Nintendo, but I knew I was going to get a Super Nintendo within like a month or 30 days times, because I was, hustling. But I used my money for my birthday gift for my grandmother to buy the Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition Super Nintendo disc. I had like 5 friends, and each of them had Super Nintendo, so it was nothing for me to go over their house and play it. And that cartridge was $79.99. This is the year 1993 or 4. I can't remember. I think it was 1993, and I bought that at $79.99. Okay. Couple years after that, I bought The Legend of Zelda: A Link to a Past. I still have this cartridge, not the gold one, the regular one. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for $79.99. Cartridges back then, especially at Toys R Us, KB Toys, whatever you want to call it, Funkoland. Super Nintendo cartridges was easily $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, especially the AAA titles. Nintendo had a vice grip on entertainment when it came to video games. There were some people that played Sega, Genesis, and there's some people who played TurboGrafx like myself, but everybody was playing Super Nintendo, Super NES, and y'all must have forgot those cartridges were expensive. And y'all got to pay homage to Sony, because it was Sony who came out the deal with Nintendo, because Nintendo was going to have a hybrid cartridge / CD with the Sony, and Sony was like, nah, we could do this ourselves. And they came out with the PlayStation, and they came out with the media, the CD media, and CD media was cheaper to make, cheaper to manufacture, cheaper to distribute, and that's why games went from cartridges priced at $80, $70, $60 down to $20, $30, $40. So y'all need to thank Sony. A lot of y'all be like hating on Sony, but Sony helped, formulate the price structure for CDs and then eventually DVDs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until Microsoft and the Western developers got greedy with microtransactions, aka DLC, especially with the horse mod for Oblivion, that caused all these games to get special editions, especially at GameStop. You can get the regular edition for $40, this limited edition for $50, the legendary edition or the collector's edition for $80. You know what I'm saying? For years, the greed, Western developer greed caused, and Nintendo was buying their time. They was like, yes, you're slowly following our lead. You're slowly following. They were like Game of Thrones. They were like the House of Stark or something, or the House Targaryen. It's like, yes. And eventually they saw the game industry in shambles, and now they're trying to make their takeover. And they're like, yes, you talking about Rockstar, we're back, the evil corporation, Nintendo, we're back at top. We're going to make it, we're going to set the standard. We're the king of innovation. They ain't been innovating in the last 5 or 6 years. We're the innovation. You're going to follow our lead now. We're taking over. $80 games, like we had $80 cartridges back in the day in 93. Now in 2006, 2026, you're gonna pay for AAA titles. It's gonna be $80, $90. But like I said, you don't remember your history, you're doomed to fail to repeat it. People forgot that Nintendo had $80 cartridges back in '93. It's a shame. You don't believe me? Go look at. Yeah, I think I'm looking. Oh, I think I'm playing. Hold on, bro. I can find one. I used to have it. I used to have it saved, but I don't know where it's at. Nintendo ads. Yeah, I think I'm playing. Is this it? That's not a good show. Where? Where's this at? Oh, that wasn't. This is just an example, bro. Let me show you this example. This is just an example. Hold on. Oh, this is 1989. Legend of Zelda U.S. launch team, $60 for a console. This was November 23rd, 1998. Yeah, these games, man. Look, y'all think. Listen, Nintendo was not playing back then, bro. $60 for Donkey Kong 64. What was the Saturn games? 69, 69, 70. Toys R Us ad. Here's a Toys R Us. Sega Saturn Next Generation. Look at these games. 59, 89, 79, 29. Primal Rage, 60, $70 for Primal Rage. $70 for Primal Rage, bro. For Primal Rage. Yeah. People forgot. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all thought, listen. 64 for Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. You know what I'm saying? Like these games wasn't just cheap. Nintendo was like, hold on. Y'all think this is a game? Perfect example. Perfect example. Madden. I don't know what year this is. Madden 59. Street Fighter 2 Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter Alpha 0 or Street Fighter Alpha 3 right here. $69. You know what I'm saying? You can barely make it, but it's telling you. But look at the PlayStation games. The PlayStation games 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 42, 42, 47, 42, 47. Look at the Nintendo games. The Super Nintendo games. Look at the Super Nintendo games. 59, 69, 69, 59, 39, 59, 69. Y'all think I was making this up? Look at the difference. Look at the Game Boy games. 29, 19, 19, 29, 19, 29. Super Mario World. 59, $60. Nintendo has always been an evil company, bro. They've always been trying to get your money. But you know what? Y'all just think Nintendo was like, look at me, haha. They're just the kiddie friendly, Super Mario, Donkey Kong, Smash Brothers. No, Nintendo has always been trying to do the price. You know what I'm saying? They always been that. It wasn't it was just a slap to their face that another Japanese company, aka Sony, came out with PlayStation and brought down the price of games because they worked with a different and a better media, which is CD/DVD, where cartridges cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, y'all just don't know. Y'all just sitting back, just thinking, and it's just fun. And I'm just laughing at people because they're shocked that Nintendo would do something like this. Nintendo has always tried to do something like this, and it's like Nintendo. I mean, and then I want to xenophobic. I just want to say shout out to you, racist slash xenophobic gamers who were complaining, who had no problem spending $100 or seeing no problems or issues spending $80 to $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6. I seen you in my podcast, in my last podcast, but when Nintendo says all their digital games will be $80, how can Nintendo do this? This is a travesty to the video game community. What? Y'all on some bull. Stop. Stop. Like, what are we doing? Like I told you, like look at the ad, bro. You can't really. Let me see if man. Let me see if there's a better ad out here, better clear ad. Let me see. And these are. This is like. Oh, this is the same ad from 1996. 1996. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't. God damn it. Same ad, but it looks clearer here. Hold on, let me see if I can copy this. Where's my... Okay, let me see if I can copy this and blow it up. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna see if I can blow this at. I'm gonna see if I can blow this up. Where are you? But yeah. Where the fuck did I just save you? Why are you not showing up here? Hold on. Group by date created. Oh, there you go. Pull this up right quick. Okay, you don't want to open up. Okay. There we go. Well, you get the point. Oh yeah, what was it? The as you can see, 59 Marvel. No, that was that Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, $59. Madden 97, $59. I don't know what game that is. Don't know what game that is, but the 69, 69. This is that Donkey Kong game. Pac-Man was 40. You know what I'm saying? All these games were expensive. Meanwhile, these games over here, the NFL game was 42. Um, Mortal Kombat 3 Trilogy was 42, 47. Madden 97 was 47. So get the better version of Madden on the PlayStation 1 or get it on the Super Nintendo for 59 bucks. Crash Bandicoot 42. So yeah. I mean, Nintendo has always been power hungry and methodical, but see the difference between um, Nintendo as compared to Microsoft or any other developers or Activision or Electronic Arts. Nintendo can play the long game. They've always been playing the long game. They always had the long game. They're the one who they pretty much, like I said, they saved the video game industry from the second crash. You understand? The second video game crash in 1983 with the Nintendo Entertainment System, aka the Famicom. So, and then from 1983 all the way to pretty much 95, 94, 95. They had a hold on the video game industry, and then PlayStation, Sony came out and gave them a run for their money. So Nintendo has always been that evil methodical corporation. But then they took a step back, licked their wounds, let Sony have their fun, let Microsoft have their fun. They destroyed Sega, so Sega wasn't even relevant anymore. But they was like, we'll be back. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back. and this is the prime time for them to come back. And y'all swear y'all thought, the problem was Rockstar. No, no. Nintendo reared his ugly head. Nintendo came back from the ashes and was like, "We back, bitches. We taking over the video game industry." So yeah, man. Hey, what's up? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all my TikTokers. I've been ignoring you. I want to say hello to Melon Monster. Hello to Evelyn, Nicolette, Sam, Frost, Zebra Queen, Jocelyn. Hey, I'm saying hi to you guys. I was just going on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about the past. Like I said, the history. If you don't remember your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And a lot of the gamers are repeating it because they're shocked as well as appalled as far as Nintendo. Um, as far as Nintendo is just that Nintendo came out of nowhere and they shot that Nintendo did something like this. Nintendo has always been done something like this, you know. And I'm sorry, I don't think Sony has the power or the strength to stop Nintendo this time. They did back in '96, but now in 2026, I don't think Nintendo has the ability. I don't think Sony has the ability or the gumption or the honor to stop the wrath of Nintendo, what Nintendo's about to do. And speaking of about Nintendo and the stuff that Nintendo is doing, before I even get on that, as far as because that's part of the news section, as far as the video game news, I talk about that at the end of the podcast. I want to talk about what's going on in the fighting game community. As like some of you may or may not know, I came from the fighting game community. Yes, I play Overwatch. Yes, I play Marvel Rivals. I play those hero shooters. I like them. I like Destiny. I'm addicted to Apex Legends, the only BR that I'll play. But my first love is always going to be fighting games. My second love is always going to be Japanese RPGs. But as far as fighting games, I got to talk about it because what's going on in the fighting game community is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All the fighting game developers are losing their ever loving mind. What's going on with Taken 8 as far as season 2 is concerned? They bend the knee and they geared the game around casual players. What I mean by when they bend the knee, they're accommodating people who don't play fighting games because let's be real, a lot of people who don't play fighting games think fighting games is hard. That's why they don't play fighting games, because fighting games is hard and fighting games takes a lot of time and energy to learn just standard basic combos. So in order to do that, Capcom with Street Fighter 6, Bandai Namco with Taken 8, and now SNK with Fatal Fury City Wolves made it where it's just one button you can do for combos. Made it easier. They made it casually easy and accessible for the casual player. And a lot of casual players think they're good when they do this. Is like, no, this is just a starting point to get you into fighting games and get you to embrace fighting games, so then you can learn how to actually use regular combos instead of doing one buttons. But a lot of these casual players coming in this community is like, yeah, I'm good. Look at you. I could beat a pro. No, stop it. Simmer down. Okay. And what's going on with this community is just, I don't know, like the big three is suffering right now. Taken, like Bandai Namco with season 2 of Taken 8. A lot of the pro players are mad. Like they're even talking about boycotting the game. I really can't talk that much about Taken because I'm not following it because I don't really like Taken. Ever since Virtual Fighter 6 was announced, my whole thought process about Taken has went out the door. I don't really care about Taken. It's all about Virtual Fighter 6. I've always liked Virtual Fighter more so than Taken. So whatever happens in Taken happens in Taken. But what I will say about Street Fighter, Capcom, what are y'all doing? Like around this time, we knew about last year. We knew the characters for season 2, who was going to be in season 2. We knew about the costumes that was coming out, and we knew the timetable. Now we don't know the timetable. Like you still haven't showed the trailer for Elena. Hopefully, any day now you show the trailer for Elena. Any day now, you show the third outfit for the season two characters, which you haven't. And any day now, you'll reveal season three and the four characters that's coming up for season three. You haven't done none of that. And then when Capcom Cup finished in February, you said that the start of season Capcom Cup 12 starts with Evo Japan. Evo Japan starts in like what, 4 weeks? Like May? When is Evo Japan? Evo Japan is, hold on, bear with me for a second. Evo Japan, yeah. Evo Japan is in Tokyo, big site, and it's the fifth month, which is May. So it's May 9th to May 11th. So that is by pretty much a month away. Yep, that is exactly 30 days away from right now. And that's when Capcom Cup starts for Street Fighter 6. And you're going to start Capcom Cup with season 2 mechanics and season 2 characters. Like, I don't understand. I don't follow. And I know why Capcom is doing this, because April 21st is the day that SNK releases City of the Wolves Fatal Fury. And I know Capcom, being as arrogant and as, well, it's a business, because business is war. I know they're gonna wait until the week of when SNK drops Fatal Fury, they're gonna show the Elena trailer. I know they're gonna do it because that's how Capcom is. Capcom is petty. Capcom would do petty like that. They would do that. We will see when is April 21st. April 21st is that Monday. So Fatal Fury City of Wolves come out Monday, April 21st. Next week, between Wednesday the 16th and the 18th, we'll get a trailer for Elena. And we'll know, and that in the trailer, it will say when Elena will come out. And I'm thinking, I could be speculating, I could be wrong, I could be totally wrong. I think Elena is going to come out that second week of May. Or, yeah, Elena is going to come out the second week of May. And what's the second week of May? The second week of May is that Friday the 9th, which is Evo Japan. Meaning, Elena is going to be banned. If she comes out before Evo Japan, she's going to be banned. You can't use that character. You cannot use that character. If that character comes out the same week, merely days, as the same tournament, you can't do that. That's against regulations, because nobody's practiced with that character. Nobody knows that character, and you can't use that character in a tournament. I mean, when people are traveling using thousands and upon thousands of dollars in visas to travel to Japan or travel to from out of their country to a tournament, that's against tournament regulations. Y'all know better, but that's Street Fighter. Now with Fatal Fury, let's be real with Fatal Fury. I gotta say it, dude. I did a video saying I hope SNK falls or falters or fails, and I still stick with that. I think SNK is over with. I think they need to fail. They need to stop putting band-aids on a dam. They need to just let that company die, start from scratch, rebuild, either sell your IPs or formulate another company, because honestly, quite frankly, SNK is a former shell. It's been whoring itself out. SNK has been nothing more but an NBA gold digger, selling their cells, selling that ass to the highest builder. We went from SNK being a phenomenal company, standing toe-to-toe against Capcom in the late 90s, like 98, 99, and then in 2000, they suffered. So they sold their soul to Playmore and became SNK Playmore. Then that fell through. Then they sold their soul to a Chinese company that eventually became Tenant. And, that's why we have the main character for King of Fighters 13 No, King of Fighters 14, he become the Chinese character or the Chinese team, and then after that, that fell through. Now they sold 96% of their rights and their shares to the Saudi Arabian government, and that's why you have these guest characters in your base roster for City of Wolves. You have Ronaldo, the famous soccer football player, and you have a DJ that nobody on this side of the world has ever heard of, Salvador Gonichi. Nobody over here has heard this guy. But the reason why they're in the game in the base roster is because the prince, allegedly, the Saudi Arabian prince, he loves Salvador, and he loves Ronaldo. He's a fanboy. So of course they put him in the game to appease the prince. So basically, you hoard yourself out. That's why I said the company need to fail. The company is whoring itself out. And then I had some people say, well, Capcom whores themselves out. No, Capcom makes business decisions as far as sharing their IPs that make sense. And then, well, unless it's Hollywood, they messed up with Hollywood. I mean, because let's be real, that Monster Hunter movie and that Resident Evil series of movies was horrible. But other than that, they still got property and rights to their IPs, and they didn't bring in guest stars. They didn't bring LeBron James or Michael Jordan to star in Street Fighter or rival schools because, they didn't have to sell themselves to Donald Sterling, the former owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, to appease him and his son because his son is a fan of Michael Jordan. They didn't have to put that Michael Jordan in their fighting game. You understand what I'm saying? There's a big difference, a big goddamn difference. And so I just want to point out my videos right quick, okay? So here's my fighting game playlist. As you can see, I said I hope SNK as a company fails, right? Has over 1,026 views, and it has people talking about that's kind of wrong and you kind of pathetic, saying that the company could fail. It's ironic and funny how people will defend a corporation more so than they would defend their own family. But here, look at this video, the Fatal Fury video where I talked about Cristiano Ronaldo. I didn't really go hard as I could. I was just shocked and appalled. Not that many views. I gave praise for Gato, even though I don't like Gato. Not that many views. Kim Dong Han, the one son I don't like as far as the Kim family, gave that game honestly good reviews. Nobody replied to that. Tokyo Game Show, when Ken and Chun-Li was revealed, it did some numbers, but a lot of people, and I gave some positive feedback for City of Wolves. I was excited for City of Wolves. Nobody said nothing. But the mere second I said that SNK as a company is horrible what they did, now it's a problem. See what I'm saying? So I gotta call you out, all 15 of you SNK fans. Yes, I was an SNK fan. I like how you say no true SNK fan will want the company to fail. Yes, a true SNK fan would want this company to fail. I'm not a shill. I've been trying to support this company for 20 years, and all this company did was just take a shit in my front yard and look at my wife with goddamn alluring sexual looks. This company don't care about you. And you defending this company don't even care about you. If this company cared about you, they'll put your favorite character in the game. They'll put Duck King as a base roster. They didn't. They made sure they put these two goofy ass guest characters as base in the roster instead of DLC where they should have been. You mean to tell me you will put these characters that nobody expected, nobody even cared for over, Andy Bogart and Joe Higashi, but you put Andy Bogart and Joe Higashi behind a paywall, so you got to pay additional money to play with the two characters that formulated and created Fatal Fury? But you mad at me for calling that out? Y'all hypocrites. All 15 of you SNK fans that was in the comic section talking shit about me. Y'all hypocrites. Y'all like misery. And that's the problem. Y'all so used to mediocrity that it's a crab in a barrel. Y'all they're not used to nothing good. Yeah, so when somebody has a thought process and has a goddamn brain and telling you that this company is bullshit and trash, you want to come at me like I'm the Antichrist or something. Like, how dare you talk about SNK? How dare you crap on our deity? This company is great. This company is wonderful. No, it's not. This company is bullshit. This company is a laughingstock in the fighting game community. Nobody takes this game seriously, especially over here in America. Nobody takes SNK games seriously. I know because I've been trying to play SNK games. I was in Midwest, Detroit, Michigan. I tried to get people to play SNK games. You know what happens? When the SNK game come out, people play it locally for 90 days. 90 days, 2.5 months, and then they go on to the next game or they go back to their game. That's it. And that's everywhere in the United States. You know what? And then when you play online, if you can find a match online, nobody plays SNK games. The reason why nobody play SNK games is because their netcode was ass. Yes, they did rollback code recently for games like King of Fighters 15 and Samurai Showdown, but the damage is already done. They should have came out with those games with the rollback code, but they didn't. They had to do updates later when nobody was playing these games. Nobody's playing these games now. There's people still playing Street Fighter 5 right now. I can go to Twitch right now and pull up like at least 3 channels of people playing Street Fighter 5. I can pull up 2 channels playing Street Fighter 4. You know what I'm saying? I could pull up 3 channels playing Street Fighter 2, and that game is damn near 20 years old. Nobody's playing King of Fighters 13, and even they came out with a new update. They came out with a new update and new rollback code for King of Fighters 13. There's no channels on Twitch or even on YouTube or even on TikTok Live of people playing King of Fighters 13. There's nobody playing King of Fighters 14. There's some people playing 15 because 15 is the latest installment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when like last weekend, the Fatal Fury the City of the Wolves beta was out and everybody was playing it. And because it's hot, it's good. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. But like I said, you're only going to play it for 90 days, and then everybody over here on this side of the goddamn hemisphere is going to stop playing it. They're going to stop playing it, especially when Evo time comes. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says. We've been doing the same song and dance for the last 25 years. Nobody. King of Fighters, SNK comes out with a new game. Everybody like, ooh, it's so good, it's so good. They play it for 90 days. Then they bitch about the net code. They bitch about the talent, and nobody plays it. 2 fighting games over here that nobody plays over in America is Virtual Fighters and King of Fighters / Fatal Fury series. Nobody plays those games over here in America. And then when the people from America do go out to these tournaments or go to these other tournaments, they get done up and they get destroyed. Are you serious? They get done up and destroyed by other countries. I mean, let's be real. King of Fighters has always been loved by uh, South America, Europe, especially South America, South Korea, and Japan. And those companies are to be showing out and be destroying American gamers, be destroying American games. I saw it. I saw it firsthand. I saw it firsthand at Evo 2016. No, Evo 2023. I saw it. I went over there. I saw Combo Fiend. I saw Combo Fiend, and I was like, "Hey, yo, son, what's up, Peter?" He was like, "Yeah, man. Man, I don't know." We had a long discussion on how bad American gamers are in King of Fighters because he was in a death bracket. He had to fight against ET from Japan. He had to fight somebody, I forgot his name, from South America, and he was like, "They is whooping our ass." I was like, "They whooping your ass because nobody in America play these games. They say they play these games, but they don't play King of Fighters. America sucks in King of Fighters. And you know what? You know what else America sucks in? They suck in Taken too. Why do you think everybody in Europe is talking smack about America? We never was like that before. America used to be strong in all fighting games, but now, due to their arrogant and ignorance in their arrogance, it's bad. I mean, America is still good in Street Fighter. Don't get me wrong. America is still good in Street Fighter. America is good in Mortal Kombat, but a lot of people outside of America don't really play Mortal Kombat. Maybe in Europe, but Japan don't play Mortal Kombat like that because it's an American game. America is good in Dragon Ball. Of course, America is good in Dragon Ball. We love Dragon Ball. We're going to love Dragon Ball Fighters. But, America is strong in Virtual Fighter. Can be, but a lot of Americans don't play Virtual Fighter. But Virtual Fighter is like a low-key niche type of game. But, yeah. But there used to be good American players in Taken. I mean, Little Manjin, Anakin. Um, Fight GM. Um, there's a couple, but it's dwindling. It's dwindling fast because a lot of American gamers is getting arrogant and cocky and don't want to help each other. But I don't know. I'm sorry I went on a tangent. I'm just saying. I'm sorry I went on a complete tangent about that, but that just rubs me the wrong way. How how these so-called SNK fans gonna try to criticize me about my video talking about the company and not wishing the company to fail, and they said it's just you want the company to fail because of the characters is downright pathetic. No, I want the company to fail because it's garbage. This is the last stint that this company has pulled that I can agree with. The company has been doing horrible for the last 20 years. They whore out their IPs. They ship off games that are good quality games, but has horrendous netcode. Horrendous netcode. Like some of the worst netcode I've ever seen. If this type of netcode was like for, let's say, Fortnite or Apex Legends or Overwatch, it would have been an uproar. But that's how SNK netcode has been. And then a year later or 14 months later, they come out with an update for rollback. And we've been telling them, if you come out with the game with rollback in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I only been playing SNK games for the last 25, 30 years, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all just got here. I've been here. I was born in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just got here. Y'all just seen the darkness. I've been in this darkness. I've been sitting here and defending this company. I can't defend this company no more. It's trash. That's all I got. Well, I hope you guys have a good day. um, it's been fun. It's been real. I want to give a shout out to all you guys who took the time to say hi, or take it, look at my rant. I want to give a shout out to my wife, give a shout out to my kids, and most importantly, have a blessed one as well as a good one. I'll see you guys later. Actually, no. What am I doing? We got to talk about this. Hold on. I got about 5 or 10 more minutes. We got to talk about the news. What the hell was I doing? See the rant? I was going so hard on the rant. About the news. All right. Let's make it quick. All right. This part of news is tripping me out right here. Let me show you. Okay. I didn't know about this game. I didn't know about this game until just now, right? There's this game. Well, I saw a couple Apex players or Apex content creators playing this game. It's called Schedule One, and I was like, "What are they playing? What is this game?" Basically, it's a game where it's a drug dealer simulator, and I guess it's getting negative reviews in response to movie games investigation because I guess I don't know what the backstory is, but they're in a lawsuit as far as somebody in the lawsuit saying that they shouldn't have a game that simulates drug dealing, and it's causing a lot of uproar. I just saw people playing this game and I was like, what kind of game is this? And you're a drug dealer. It's stupid. And I see a lot of whatever. So I don't know. It's playing a game as to be a drug dealer is stupid. Especially me coming from the crack epidemic and growing up on the east side of Detroit and seeing some of my friends die because of drug deals going bad or cops or this and that. No, I'm not condoning that. I'm not even in it's stupid. It's a stupid game. I'm not gonna support that. I mean, whatever. Y'all bored, whatever. Why don't you just play GTA? You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Switch 2 prices won't increase in response to tariff. Yeah, okay. Okay. Like in my previous podcast, 2 podcasts ago, I told you the tariffs are going to affect the Nintendo Switch. But people was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, okay. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders delayed due to tariffs, but console still released June 5th. Yeah, GameStop came out with a full statement on April 4th saying, yeah, we can't take pre-orders because due to the tariff. And so yeah, there's that. But what's interesting to me now is Switch 2 stock is already in the US as Nintendo prepare for launch demand. So the equipment is here. The equipment is in America. Now the real question is when the pre-order start and how much is the game is the game really going to start? You know, how much the game is. I mean, right now the retail price is $49.99. Is it going to go up to 600? Is it going up to 700 due to tariffs? So that's the real question. And then this game is causing an uproar. Like I said in my last podcast, I said people are gonna, they're gonna jump off the bandwagon for the grifters, aka the anti-wokers. They're gonna stop talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows because they didn't stop it. So now they're gonna talk about this game, South of Midnight. From what I'm reviewing, I should use the money that I got that saved up for Fatal Fury. I should buy this game and start playing it. I'm looking forward to playing this game. I'm gonna get it. It's a black female antagonist, and people is gonna attack it. But I'm also kind of annoyed that the creator of the game had said some disparaging remarks about white gamers and how racist they are. She should just shut the hell up and just let the game do the talking instead of going there talking her shit. She should have just shut the hell up and let the game do the talking instead of her big ass mouth. Now they're going to double down on the game, which is unfortunate. I mean, yes, I get your point, sister. I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. But sometimes when you're doing business, you can't let your emotions run rapid. Let the business do the talking. Don't do the talking. Don't let your emotions make your game suffer. You understand what I'm saying? I'm with you 100%. Your game is amazing. Your game is phenomenal. Let the game do the talking. Don't get your goddamn sisterhood. Yeah, I'm this. No, shut the hell up. Let the game do the talking. We know that there are some racist gamers out here. We know that there are some gamers and some grifters that's going to talk shit about your game because you're a black female antagonist. Yes, but don't let them knock you off your square. Shut the hell up. Let the game do the talking. The fuck is you doing? Swear to God, that's one of the things. That's why I come down on my sons too. That's one of the things. It's like, dog, it's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. Like it's saying, like me and my wife we was talking and we was joking and we was at the grocery store and we was like, what if a Karen or a non-black person came up to us and called us the N-word? It was like, we just laugh it off. Like, oh, that's all you got? That's all you got to call me an N-word? What is this, 1967? Like, come on, dog. Like I said, that's why I'm trying to teach my sons and teach you guys. So what? They called you out your name. You gave them power. They knocked you off the square. That's what they're going to do. That's the only thing they got on you. They're going to call you an N-word. They're going to call you out your name. They're going to call you a racial disparity. They could do that all day. Like I said, it's not your business what they say to you. You know what I'm saying? So what? Who cares? Now, if they put their hands on you, that's a different story. That is a totally different story. But if they say stuff to you, so what? So what? Yeah, okay. And watch the error in the machine. You know what I'm saying? If they be like, you stupid N-word, and be like, that's all you got? And you walk away? Look how stupid they look. They look dumb. But you look dumber trying to beat their ass because they called you something. Like, come on, dog. What are we doing here, man? Stop. All she had to do was just laugh at the bank and count her money like, yeah, yep, whatever. You don't like my game, but I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? The game is phenomenal, but you stop. Don't give these dudes no power. They got none. That's the problem. This cyberbullying. That'd be killing me with that cyberbullying. Just turn the computer off. Cyberbullying. Well, on that note, that's all I got. I'm out of here, dog. It just makes me mad. It's just infuriating. People would be like, yeah, he said something about me. And to your face? No, online. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all guys later. All right? All right.